And uploading. We should be good.
Yay! Hello, everybody.
New episode. This time, instead of having somebody remote, I have somebody on site that I can physically hit if I need to.
I'm on your couch.
Yes. Makes it a little simpler. The logistics are a little bit easier to accomplish with two people sitting in the same room as opposed to remote. But remote still works too.
I don't know, I thought it was cool.
So, shall we start with the vape items?
Sure.
Okay. So we have all sorts of gadgets and gear to play with.
We got the Smock T-Priv, or S-Priv, whatever one it is, I can't remember. S-Priv. No tank on it. I lost my tank. Then I got the Smock stick. Comes with the, this is the new version 2, comes with the Prince tank. Doesn't blow up.
That is a plus. So it's not manufactured by Samsung.
Yeah, the one had an issue because of the lithium ion. So they went to a LiPo battery. It's actually pretty nice.
And it's lighter. LiPo
It is very light. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the weight is in the aluminum case.
Yeah. I don't have a scale here, but it's actually about as heavy as mine.
And it's got a lot more metal in it.
Yeah. But it's
And then there's the S-Priv,
yeah.
which is it's cool looking. That's why I bought it. It's got like a Mad Hatter, if anybody's familiar with that. And the screen is his hat, and of course the skull face. And the eyes light up. Yeah, it was cool.
Kinda. Oh, I guess you need a tank on it for it to light up, don't you?
Yeah, it does help.
Okay. So, a friend of mine on an online game that I play saw that I did a video with some vaping in it, and he asked if I would be interested in some samples.
Ah.
So you haven't even seen these yet.
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen the names yet.
Am I not supposed to look?
So, the startup is called Vape 30. They are working on the website now. They're also doing some rebranding. Let's start with this one. This one's pretty tame. So, Pink Lemonade.
Pink lemonade.
Yeah, and this is all 6 milligram per milliliter.
Oh, you're trying to kill me.
Do you smoke?
3.
No.
That's okay. 70-30. That's not bad.
And 70-30 means something, but I can never remember what it is.
70% VG, 30% PG.
Okay.
Your PG carries the flavor, but it's harsher.
Oh,
and
okay.
the VG is softer.
So that's vegetable glycerin and
polyglycol.
polyglycol. Okay.
Right? PG? Yeah, poly.
Either
something.
poly or propylene glycol.
Propylene glycol. Thank
Okay.
you. I'm sorry.
Say something like that. There's too many
Am I
of them.
supposed to
keep
try
track.
this now?
Well, I'll just go through the list of what
Okay.
we have, and you
So
can,
here is
you can
our
pick one.
Vape 30, right?
Yep.
Vape 30 and Pink Lemonade. 6 mLs of nicotine with 70-30.
Yep. And then I totally misread this the first time I looked at this label.
Sultry Nights.
Yes, I totally read that as Slutty Nights.
So you have the Vape 30. Oops, sorry here. Not slutty, sultry nights.
Which that could be a flavor too. I don't know.
This is again 60 mLs, 70-30, 6 milligrams. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yep. And like I said, they don't have a website yet. They are doing some rebranding from their previous brand over to these, so we actually have a mix of bottles in here.
Nice.
But as soon as they get the new website up and running, I will pitch that as well. And then we have one of the more humorous named items here.
We have, ladies and gentlemen, we have Vape 30, Unicorn Nipples. That is what that is, Unicorn Nipples. I'm assuming that this is probably going to taste like unicorn milk or something like that, but we'll see. 70-30,
What the hell would
milligram.
What the hell would unicorn milk taste like?
It's kind of a senescent-ish taste.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of all mother's milk or something. I can't remember what it is. It's not bad though. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I requested an assortment. I didn't really specify any type of flavors.
Hey, I could be completely wrong. So
We will see.
touch my
We
mic.
shall see.
Sorry about that, guys.
And then the one he did recommend that was actually really good that he thought I would like is Campfire Treats,
Campfire Treats.
and that's their old branding.
So Vape 30. Oops, there we go. Campfire Treats. I'm hoping that this tastes like s'mores. We shall
Hopefully,
see.
yeah.
70-30, 6 milligrams, in a 60 ml glass bottle with a dripper.
Oh yeah, yeah. A little more fancy than the plastic ones.
I personally like the unicorn bottles, but it depends on who you are, I guess.
My only issue with these is they are difficult to refill.
The bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to get the top off, you have to take a knife and pry it all around, and it's just not a fun time.
Right. Okay.
So I think I will try the Campfire Treats first of all.
I am going to get a fresh coil. We're going to do this right.
Would you like to mute your mic or continue chatting as you're over there working?
Oh, I can chat and work. I'm actually going to drain the juice, and I'll do the rest
Oh, okay.
in there so everybody can kind of see it if they care enough to see it.
Behind you. Oh, excellent. Yep, kind of tastes like a marshmallow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you are just doing a cleaning and cleaning
I
out
had
of the
that
tank.
juice.
There you go.
I had that juice in there a while, so I just wanted to clean it out real quick. Basically, all I do is I drain any excess juice you have out of it, take the coil out, throw it away, unless you're one of those weird people that washes and reuses coils. And then water. All you need is a little H2O. Take it apart. You can take the drip tip out if you want to. I'm trying to go fast, so I'm not going to bother today. And
So you recommend just water? Would you recommend rubbing alcohol or anything like that?
nope,
Okay.
I've never needed it.
Okay.
Um,
I was asking because I picked up this tank used.
Now, if it was
secondhand.
somebody else's mouth on it,
Yeah,
I'd probably, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you could. Because
So-
rubbing alcohol burns off fast. So.
yeah. And I took all of the pieces out, took the gaskets out so it wouldn't corrode them. Cleaned all of the actual parts with rubbing alcohol to sanitize it and to make it all nice and shiny. And then put it back together and seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, but if it's just me, I mean, I find that water is usually sufficient. You'll still have some, like, you can smell it. I can still smell some of my juice on there. But it does not, I have never known it to get in the way of my flavor. But you can see that water's pretty dirty, so it got a lot of it out.
And you were mentioning that to test a flavor, you can just drip it straight down the middle
Yes, I would highly recommend that you fill that
as opposed to it.
first.
Okay.
The reason that you want to fill it first is just so you don't get a dry hit. If it's empty, it's empty.
Yeah, and this is completely, I think it's a brand new coil in
Right.
brand new cotton.
But yeah, you can, when this is put together, which we'll get our coil out here. I'm going to make a bunch of noise.
I will go ahead and use the
I'll kind of show you what you're doing.
Campfire on this one.
Did you prime that coil?
What? Prime it.
I'll teach you. Alright, so this is your coil.
So should I not put it in?
No.
Okay.
This is your coil right here. This particular coil is the Prince. It is a quad coil. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it actually has manufacturer. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There it goes.
Yeah.
So you can see it's got those numbers on there, and basically says 0.17 ohms, 30 to 70 watts, best 40 to 60. So that's your manufacturer recommendations. This particular coil is built for the Prince M4. M stands for mechanical. So it's the quad coil for the mechanical edition.
This one says M2. 0.25 ohm, or 250 mhos.
So now I'm having a problem getting mine to thread correctly. This is always an issue for me.
Really?
Yeah, I suck. The threads are a little rough on this too. I might have dropped
Oh.
it once or twice. Once I
help
get
it.
it on there, your coil sits in there like that, and you have this. So this is when you want to take, which flavor should I do, Charlie?
Oh, I don't know. Which one looks appealing to you?
Which one appeals to you the least? It's your flavor.
I haven't tried any of them yet.
Okay.
I've tasted the Campfire Treats, which tasted like marshmallow. It will be interesting to see how it burns, or how it vaporizes.
We're going to go with the pink lemonade, I think.
That sounds like a safe bet.
So what you want to do is, obviously you got to open it. And all you're going to do is get your coil wet. So you just put that around there 2 or 3 times. And you should see on the side, you can see the holes that are in there. You should start to see the cotton start to absorb that.
So I can do it straight from here without even taking the tank out, because I can get to it.
Yep.
Because I can see the coil, or the cotton, inside of there.
Yes. And it's best to just do it like 3 or 4 times, just until you have enough juice and you start to see your cotton get wet.
So it kind of reminds me of an oil replacement, an oil filter replacement.
Yeah, you're priming the coil pretty much.
Yeah.
And if you look, you can, and I know you'll never be able to see it on camera, but if you look, you can see the difference between a wet, little wet, very wet, or not dry. So you just keep doing that till they're all wet.
And clearly applying heat to a dry piece of cotton is not advised.
Yes.
It tends to catch on fire.
Cotton burns at 286 degrees, or some weird number like that. It's in the 200s, which was surprising to me.
200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can get away with dry hits every once in a while, but yeah. So you just let that sit, absorb, suck it all in there. I can see, probably do another round. And once you've done that for a new coil, then we can put our glass on it. Which you've already got yours on there. And it just sits right here. There's an O-ring, this yellow ring. Glass goes right on top of that. And for my ease, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, which most mods are 5 times and it shuts off. And I'm going to sit it on top. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning this up. So right here I have the top. Smocks have done this really cool thing. They call it top fill. It didn't used to be like this. It used to be you had to flip your tank upside down, unscrew it, take the bottom off while holding it upside down, squirt your fluid back in there, put the bottom back on, put it back on your mod, flip it back over. This is way easier. You literally, there's a button on here, which is new. You push the button, opens up, and you fill it right in the second hole, the long hole, not the middle hole. Well, we're going to use the middle hole today because we want to drip directly onto our coil. So that is what you can use the middle hole for, in small amounts. In other words, if you do too much, you flood it, and then you're sucking down juice, which isn't always the worst experience because sometimes juice is tasty. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty awful.
Well, it's not lethal, however.
No.
That's the important part.
And to dry it, I just want to get all the water out. Not a big deal. The most important thing is you don't put water in your coil. Anywhere else, you're fine.
So take the coil out before you do all this.
Yes.
Yep. Don't submerge it with the coil inside of it.
Now, some people, they will save coils. There's probably videos online about how to do that.
How to save coils?
Yeah, you can actually reuse them, wash them out and reuse them. I'm not a big fan of that, personally, but
Do they
I've never tried it, so it could be awesome. I don't know.
do they use the same cotton or replace the cotton?
No, they will rinse the coil out in water. Then they will let it sit in a small bowl of rubbing alcohol. Then they will rinse it very well again. And then they'll let it sit for like a day or two and dry. And then they'll reuse it. So I've never seen it done, or I've never done it myself. But it does sound intriguing, doesn't it? Alright, so when you got that done, you just zipper on top. And we'll go ahead and make sure I didn't tighten it down to the base. So that everything is tight. Looks good. My airflow is closed. You always want to make sure your airflow is closed when you're filling it up. Otherwise, you can have a leak.
Oh, your airflow is at the bottom.
Yes, bottom airflow. Yeah.
Yep. This new one I just picked up is at the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a baby beast, right?
Yeah, sure.
Are you sure? Alright, so this is 70-30, so it goes in quite quickly. Which is kind of nice. Well, you get the thicker stuff, it doesn't work as well. So now we're going to dry hit it with the air closed and just kind of see what air bubbles pop up there. You don't want to do it too much, because then again you'll flood it. Open up our airflow. I'm not feeling any bubbles in there. I'm starting to taste the pink lemonade already. By the way, it's pretty good.
So you can taste it even without firing it up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you can. Huh. That's interesting.
And so you just want to dry hit it 3 or 4 times. Some people, they'll do it until they start to, like, it gets in their mouth. I don't really think you need to do it that much. But you can start to see the bubbles that are going to pop up. And that's a good sign that you're still filling your cotton's still absorbing it. So, and there was one bubble that time. So I think it's probably safe to hit it. This is a mechanical mod, so you're going to start off with a very short burst. And then as that coil gets wet, you'll be able to take longer hits. When you have a regulated mod, the best thing to do is start very low on your wattage, usually around 10 to 20, take a hit, go up to 30, take a hit, and then you should not have any dry hits that way. And I didn't turn my mod on.
That would be helpful.
Ha. So it's got a bit of a kick to it. I'm not used to vaping this much PG, and this is very, very high, but you're going to cough. If you but the flavor is good. I can definitely taste the pink lemonade. It's actually really good. Like, you can taste the lemons.
Oh, shit. And that is why you put the cap on.
I did wipe it down.
Oh, okay.
You can go at it again if you want to. Here's a paper towel. I'm sure that'll get all those germs gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a throat kick.
Well, yeah, but I meant the flavor.
It is good, yeah. See, oh.
Yeah.
That's vaping about 75 watts. Charlie's probably used to, what, 30?
30,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they like the throat hit. I find I really do like the throat hit. If it doesn't have any throat hit, I feel like I'm not vaping. So, But yeah, the flavor is definitely very rich.
Wow, yeah.
Like it's very, very
and
lemony, and it's sweet.
But it's not candy. Like, it actually tastes like you're drinking lemonade.
Especially when you lick your lips, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know how difficult...
I don't know, I'm sold. I'm just going to keep this one in here for now.
Yeah. I don't know how difficult pink lemonade is to replicate for a flavor. I know lemon's pretty simple. But
Well, actually, I would imagine, I used to mix flavors. I imagine it'd be pretty difficult because lemon's so overpowering.
Oh, true.
Like, I tried to make Skittle flavor one time, and it just tasted like lemons. Like straight up vaping lemons. Wasn't the greatest, obviously. Very overpowering flavor. There's a lot of those, like, your heavy flavors are going to overpower everything. If I were the guy making this, I would almost recommend trying a little bit more sweetener. That would be my only... I think it's great.
A little more sweetener?
Mm-hmm.
That might be on a personal or per person basis.
Definitely, I like sweet. So that's me.
And I'm not
sure.
a big fan of sweet, so that's just about perfect for me.
But that, I mean, that's just my personal recommendation. Like, no big deal. That is good, though.
Oh, wow, that's a really open unit.
Open unit? Yeah, airflow.
Yeah. I just picked up this tank, I guess you'd call it, today, and I haven't actually used it yet.
What's the limit on that coil?
$50.
Best 30 to 50, or? Oh, okay. We'll set it down to 35.
Sounds good.
Give that a shot. Like a boss. You will notice your batteries will last much longer.
Setting it at a low wattage?
Setting it at a low wattage and having 2 of them versus
Oh, well, yes.
1.
Yes. 2 does tend to help almost double battery life. It's
My
kinda weird
mod
like
that
that.
mysteriously came up missing. It's somewhere in my house. I'm remodeling my bathroom, so it's a mess. So it's somewhere there, but that has 3.
So it complains to you that the atomizer has changed.
Yeah, it's saying, is it new? So yeah, you're going to pick new. Maybe. There you go. You gotta press and hold it, I guess.
So far, I'm still not impressed. It tries to ask too many things.
Well, the reason that it does that is because if you are... Now, this is a little bit more complicated. If you're vaping stainless steel, things like that, the resistance changes as it gets hotter. And you don't want it to necessarily... The device uses the resistance to determine how hot it is.
Right, but it can calculate that on the fly.
Right. But you want to have your original resistance in there or you're going to melt it.
But it'll know what the original resistance is because it can determine that.
No, it can't. Not on stainless steel because the resistance changes as you get hotter.
But then if the resistance increases, it would just increase the voltage or increase the wattage. Or one or the other, yeah.
Decrease, right? I don't know. Anyway, just hit it. It's like, I don't like it. It's too complicated. I don't know what I'm saying. Somebody correct me in the comments.
Yeah, tastes kind of like burnt marshmallows.
Burnt marshmallows?
Like charcoaled.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. There's a hint of graham cracker in there.
Probably.
I feel like I'm tasting some graham crackers.
In theory, they should have had 3 ingredients in there. The marshmallows, which was a very obvious hit to begin with.
The chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's in there, but I mean, they did a good job because I imagine chocolate's probably one of those pretty overpowering flavors. That's good. And no, I mean, if you don't like throat hit, That's really good because that's very, very smooth.
Mm-hmm. But this one is the same ratio of propylene versus vegetable. So.
Right. And the propylene gives you the throat hit,
Mm-hmm.
and the nicotine. And nicotine is usually in propylene. See if I can make myself cough here. Ready?
An error has occurred. I'm unable to answer your question.
Oh my god. That would be my watch talking to me. Shut up, fix me. I'm dying over here.
Why did you watch just randomly ask or tell you that it didn't understand what you just asked?
I don't know. An error has occurred. I don't know. Uh-oh, I got snaps coming in. Let's see. Oh, it's my wife. You gotta talk to your wife. I mean, you can't not talk to her. All right. So, pink lemonade. Good. Yeah. Especially if you like throat hit, this is it. This is what you want if you like throat hit. If you don't like throat hit so much, just turn it down a bit. I'm sure it'll probably taste a lot different at a lower wattage.
So between these two, which one do you like better?
I think I gotta go with the Campfire Treats. So far, yeah. Oh, Unicorn Tits.
This one might be really good if you're relaxing or you're out and about.
Yeah. I think you could use this one. This one is pretty good. I think you could call this an everyday.
Yeah,
like an all-day vape.
Yeah, that one would be good if you're at the home office trying to get work done.
Plus, it smells good.
Yeah.
But you know, I like the heavier cinnamony, desserty flavors. So some of my odors are offensive to Charlie over here. So I'm like, hey, you want to try this? Like, no, I can smell it. It's terrible.
Yeah, I do have a weird thing with scents.
It's good. I can vape this all day.
So next thing, let's say I have a tank with a little bit of liquid in it, and I wanted to swap this out with a different liquid. Is there an easy way to do that?
With just a little liquid in it, just take the glass off and drain what's left of the juice.
Okay, so just pour it down the sink, basically.
Yeah, if there's a large amount of juice and you want to save it, you get yourself a tip like this, and you can actually tip it upside down, shove the point in there, and suck it right out.
Yeah. I'll see if I can do that without, because I don't have a whole lot in here. But
It usually will not just leak out.
okay.
You have to shove something in there and suck it out, which is kind of
Well,
nice.
that's good. Probably by design. Let's see how much of a mess I can make. Oh. Not too bad, actually. Yeah, that worked pretty well.
Yeah, you can do it with these too. It's a little harder.
Right.
But, hey, I was talking about these weird bottles, which I love these.
Yeah, I was just complaining to the guy across the street that the difficulty of using those and refilling those. So this type of bottle I'll keep around even after I use it all, because this is a really convenient bottle type to have. The glass ones with the actual dropper.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you.
And you will find, and again, I've never really experienced this problem, but a lot of people say that plastic will absorb the flavor. So if you use it for one flavor, it's trash, where glass does not. You can clean glass out.
Yep.
So
That's the same thing with soda. Or beer, although beer doesn't come in plastic. But
beer.
all right. So now that that's more or less emptied out, I still have some in the cotton, but that's probably okay.
After a couple hits, it'll go out, or you can just
Yeah.
drip right onto it,
Yeah.
and that'll help get rid of it faster.
So I think I'll try the Unicorn Nipples.
Whew. I told you it's throaty, man.
Smell candy.
Oh, doing the old dripping taste. All right, so one thing you can do if like you're in the vape shop and you have a tank and you want to test flavors is so there's 2 holes here. Most people probably know this. You'll fill your tank with the smiley face, okay? And it's a Cyclops. You stick it in the eye if you want to go straight to the coil. So you can take 2 drops, 1, 2, maybe 3. It's a pretty big coil. Drop it right in there.
In the center tank.
In the eye of the Cyclops. And you'll have that flavor. It is a very candy-ish flavor. I'm not sure what that is. Try it.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that candy?
I don't know. It's good.
I'll put it around the outside, but I'll just put it a little bit so I can burn through it quickly enough. And with hookah, you blow into it. You give it positive air pressure to clear out the chamber. Does the same thing work with these?
Yes. There is you'll see people, like especially you're trying to make a big cloud, you'll blow into it, heat the coil up faster.
Okay.
And then you get a bigger cloud faster.
Okay. Because I found with mine, when I first started up for the day, blowing into it will help clear out some of the oil that's been setting overnight.
Yeah.
So it seems to help a little bit. Okay, now it's just as if I put candy onto a marshmallow.
Usually it takes a couple of hits before you can get that, because you have to go through all that juice that you put in that cotton has to come out. So
Yeah.
it takes a minute to
Yeah.
clear that out. We need more tanks. Send us tanks, Vape Man.
I don't know if he has tanks. I know he has juice and apparel available.
Oh yeah, he's got some shirts.
Mm-hmm. Nope, doesn't look like it. He has hats and stickers.
Those are not vaping accessories. No.
So like I said, they are rebranding to a more traditional vape, traditional nicotine. They're actually going to do 2 markets, which is a really good idea, or 2 marketing ideas
Oh, okay.
for 2 different clientele. And then consequently have two different product sets for each client. So that's a really cool idea. Still have more burnt than candy. Although the candy's starting to come in.
Takes a minute. Are you used to that kind of airflow?
No,
You like it?
I do like it.
I know. Airflow is one of those things. Once you experience open airflow, you never go back. Like you're just like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Same thing with hookah. You can get some that have pretty restrictive hosing and couplings, and others that are wide open, and the difference is just night and day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with hookah, there's a lot more parts that go into it. So. Yeah. Now it's pretty solid. I still can't identify what that candy is, though. Although maybe that's the point of Unicorn Nipples. It's kind of everything.
Man. That's good. What is it?
I don't know.
We're on Snapchat.
Snapchatting the live stream.
Oh, see, that's a thing we could do.
What?
Yeah, how's that work like that? I don't think it'll do it. No.
Maybe.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Perfect.
There you go.
I don't know what that does, but...
You scan that and you can add somebody to Snapchat.
Oh. Okay.
So like if you send that as a picture to someone, they can just scan it and then add you right in.
Oh, okay. You said open
I could always just comment
chat just in case.
my picture.
You could, but the point of an image-based social media is it's image-based. So,
True.
yeah.
Ha I'll put it in the comments later.
There you go.
I'm gonna forget.
Yeah. I always mean to go back on my previous articles and edit them and add notes and stuff like that, but I don't have time to.
I'll just do it
One of
now.
these days, I will.
Here, guys, I'm gonna do it right now. That is how much I love you.
Breaking out your fancy pen.
I didn't even need to. You can save it right to your camera roll. That is sweet.
Save what to the camera roll?
The snap code. Download it right to your camera roll.
Oh.
So then I go to
That's useful.
YouTube. I got the pen. I really like my Note. Not the Note 9. I got the Note 8. It was considerably cheaper than the Note 9 when the Note 9 came out. And they're really, unless you are like an avid S Pen user, you want the clicky for like Photoshop.
S Pen?
Yeah, they upgraded their S
You
Pen.
mean Spen?
S Pen.
Spen?
Samsung Pen.
Sounds like Spen.
Yeah, it does. Shut up. You just ruined.
Which
You just ruined this phone.
Which is
for
kind
me.
of better than Apple Pen, because that's a pen.
I've
kind of
got the
works.
Apple. I've got the pen. Apple pen. Okay. Anyway, Note 9 is really sweet phone, but it's pretty much the Note 8. They just added 2 more gigs of RAM, which, for God's sakes, why would you ever need that much RAM in a phone? I'm sure someday you will.
Now,
but
is it a 64-bit processor?
Yes.
So you can make use of that. And especially since you can install a full Linux distribution on the phone.
You can't.
Yeah, you can.
How?
If you root your device, you can put a custom OS on it.
You can't root these. You'll brick them.
What? That's a load of shit.
Yes, Samsung, unfortunately, because of Samsung Pay, the Knox feature, it's stupid.
So note to self, I will not...
Because of Samsung Pay, the Knox feature, oh god, that's the wrong button.
So note to self.
There we go. I muted it. We're good.
Yeah. That's one thing that I really like about my current phone, an S3, I think, S4 maybe, is that it's rooted.
Yes.
So I have that option.
Oh, I can't put pictures in here. What a stinking bummer.
That is understandable.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I can put a GIF in there. That's weird.
Well, theoretically, you can GIFize your snap code
I could, yes.
if you can upload a custom GIF.
I don't know if you can. Let's see. Because the cool thing about the Note is that you can make a GIF out of anything, actually. So you go.
You mean it has a built-in application that Samsung gave you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and there you go.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's see if I can put
And
that
is that
on.
multi-tabbed interface?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. It's not
What?
gonna
You
let
can't
me.
pick from...
Boo!
You can only select from a preset archive.
Well, we tried.
Yeah.
I'll just put my username in there and y'all can figure it out from there. EMT Drew 2008. And
Yeah, so that's the candy one. That's Unicorn Nipples. The candy one that's I can accept.
it's good. Yeah. Oh, we totally got off topic, didn't we? Yeah. It minimizes apps to the corner. So, like, if you're doing navigation and you do something else, it'll put your map down here so you can still navigate. It's pretty sweet. I love it.
Okay, I need a child around here to open this fucking bottle.
A child, really?
Yes.
For a childproof cap?
Yes.
Did you read the recent study that came out from the FDA
No.
that says secondhand vaping is harmless?
Harmless.
Yes.
So how is that the case?
Ask Rick Maggard about it, because he's the one who linked it in one of our vaping groups. But finally, which there was a preliminary study that was done 3 years ago, and that study tested the amount of nicotine in secondhand smoke of cigarettes,
Okay.
which was quite high. And then it also tested the amount of nicotine in secondhand smoke from, or vape, I don't know what you call it, secondhand vapor. From these, you basically go in a filtered room, suck out all the air, and whatever they have left is, and it was nil. Like there was a little bit, but it was, inconsequential. Unfortunately, the study didn't go any deeper than just nicotine, which I thought was lame.
Yeah, you'd think they would do a few other things,
Right,
like what
'cause-
other additives are in
Yeah,
there.
one of the big concerns was, what do they put in your body? Embalming fluid, what is that called?
Embalming fluid.
No, there's a name for it. It's a chemical. Ah, crap. Smells terrible. Oh, yeah, we can look it up.
If only we had access to...
It's a preservative that basically the concern was that as you heated up some of the elements in especially
formaldehyde.
formaldehyde, especially the I think it was the nicotine that they were concerned about. As the nicotine broke down because it got heated up, you would vape formaldehyde, and they were saying that you were going to get 4 times more formaldehyde than you get from a cigarette, which in my opinion is complete bullcrap, because it doesn't make any sense. A cigarette's literally on fire.
So how is it that nicotine decomposes to formaldehyde? They seem like completely different chemical compositions.
I'm not sure. I'm not a chemist. But you do get formaldehyde. It's proven that you do get formaldehyde from cigarettes at a very dangerous level.
Cigarettes, not nicotine.
And it was found in some vapes. And I think most of those setups were probably dripping, because you drip at much higher rate. So that's where you drip straight onto coils. Gets very, very hot.
Oh, okay.
But again, I don't know how bad it was. And unfortunately, there's like a lot of misinformation about vaping out there.
Of course there is.
So, because there was a lot of like hack job studies done in like 10 minutes and then posted on the internet, and they looked like real studies, but, you know, there was so much contradictory information you didn't know what to believe. So
That's the case with anything.
the government has seemed to be against vaping from the very get-go. You know, if you believe the conspiracy theories, it's because of Philip Morris and them. You know, they missed the vaping and they're scared that everybody's gonna smoke cigarettes. I don't know if that's true.
What do you mean conspiracy theory?
That
Lobbyists are not a conspiracy theory.
okay, that's true. I get it. You're right. Lobbyists are not a conspiracy theory. But I'm just saying, for the FDA to come out and say, you know, hey, we found that, you know, it's pretty much harmless. That's pretty exciting. Hopefully, I'll find the article. Maybe I can link it in there. But I don't know. Let's see if I can find it real quick. FDA vaping. Yeah, 2017-07. Yeah. So basically, you can see like it kind of started in 2017. They started to loosen up the rules that they had. Engadget posted an article about it. And
Did they? How will our viewers know?
oh, look at that. So yeah, it basically they're starting to come around. You know, a lot of doctors, and I'm telling you, for me, it did not make me quit. I quit for a long time, and then I went back to smoking, and I seem to kind of do this thing. And the reason is, if I'm around a bunch of people that vape, I will vape. If I'm around people that smoke, I'm going to smoke. It's just like it's a social thing for me. And unfortunately, I've not kicked the nicotine habit. So that's the unfortunate part of it is you can taper down, you can quit.
And you can control
but it's
exactly how much nicotine you want to
Right.
get. You can go from 24, 30 milligrams per milliliter content volume down to 0.
0, yeah. And I have some zero nic at home, but that was my problem is that I just could never quite kick the habit. I did try a few other things. I tried some pharmaceutical drugs. I tried Wellbutrin. That literally made me want to kill myself.
Never good.
Patches. I had a very weird adverse reaction that nobody's ever seen before. They made me bleed.
Oh, shit.
Yes, so I'm allergic to nicotine patches. The gum is shit. Don't even bother. And that's really all we had.
Yeah.
We had pills that make you crazy. Chantix that makes you stay up awake all night. Made me vomit in the morning. So I tried that. That didn't work. And then, so pharmaceuticals isn't a very good option. And it's only a 50% chance, I think, in their clinical anyway. So really, to have the option to switch to vaping, if you're doing it moderately, normally, like a normal person would smoke, because there is some risk, you're putting fluid into your lungs.
Right.
There's risk of pneumonia.
Yeah.
If you're doing it like constantly, I could see how that would happen. But for the most part, it seems to be healthier. I felt better when I vaped versus smoked.
So it's healthier in comparison to cigarettes. So for anybody who does smoke cigarettes, vaping is a healthier alternative.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think all the studies have pointed that way.
Yeah.
Is vaping good for you? No.
Yeah.
And if you don't smoke, don't vape.
Right. Yeah.
And if you're going to vape, don't ever put nicotine in it. For God's sakes, don't do it because you're not going to get anything out of it. It's not going to get you high. It's pointless. So don't put nicotine in it and just vape. It's still bad for you though, because you're taking something that doesn't belong in your body and you're putting it in your body. Either way, that's going to end up badly. But is it better for you than smoking? Yeah. There's like, I can't remember how many in one cigarette, there's like, what, 100 or some weird, crazy high number of different carcinogens in one cigarette, where vaping has one proven carcinogen,
And what's that?
nicotine.
Oh. Okay.
Which I'm not sure if that's a carcinogen by itself or not. But nicotine is poison, so yeah.
Makes sense.
If you were to chug this whole bottle, you would get rather ill. 6 milligrams per milliliter. It's a 60 milligram bottle. So that means how many milligrams of nicotine went in here?
10 or something?
6 milligrams per milliliter.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 times 60.
That would be 36.
6 times 60.
360.
360 total
Forgot a zero.
to get. Did I do that math right? Yeah. 60 mLs, 6 milligrams per milliliter.
Yeah.
So, 360 milligrams total. So if I drink this bottle, it takes about 100 milligrams of nicotine to kill an adult. Probably take a little bit more to kill me because I'm a smoker, or you because you do nicotine. But for a normal adult, that's all it takes. It takes like 20 to kill a child. So that's why it's very important to keep these away from children. And the other thing to remember about nicotine is it can be absorbed through your skin.
Correct. Yeah.
So if you spill it on your skin, you want to be careful.
Yep.
If you ever get into making your own juice, wear gloves, for the love of God.
Yep.
And
And eye protection.
yes,
Yeah.
eye protection. Yeah.
Yes, I had an incident one time that I was, I think, doing something with my other tank, and I have to kind of fiddle with it to get it open, and it shot in my eyeball. That was annoying.
Yeah, that burns.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, that's the only serious risk with nicotine. And you can buy a bottle of nicotine online. It's usually, always bought 100 milligrams per milliliter, and you dilute that into your solution. So you would take that and you'd put it in here, and that's how they get the nicotine content. But if my kids were to get a hold of that, it wouldn't be, or my pets or whatever. So that was always locked up in a box, which they recommend that you refrigerate it. But as fast as I went through it, I didn't really need to.
Right. So did you want to try the Slutty Nights?
What do you think of it?
It's a more flowery type scent
Floral.
to it. Yeah.
Lavender. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, hence probably the Sultry Nights. Maybe rose petals or something.
Ooh. Oh, that's good. Houston, that's my favorite. That is very, very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
For 70-30, that is excellently smooth. If you like a smooth hit, this is the juice. And it is so good. Very sweet. Very good. Yeah, you could vape that all day long. That almost makes your pink lemonade taste bad. So let's trip a little on here. See what it tastes like when we
Crank up the wattage.
crank up the wattage. Yeah. Still good. Yeah. I think when you go higher watt, it loses a little bit of the flavor, but
Actually, more flavor comes out.
yeah, it's really good.
Up.
Oh no!
Let's do 45.
I'm gonna make a proper vapor out of you yet.
Okay, 47. I'm lazy. Yeah, and it's kind of better with a little more wattage kicked into it. So at 47, it's pretty good.
Pretty good, guys. Vape 30. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
delicious. If I would say, I would buy it. Yeah, I would definitely enjoy their line of flavors. I think it's good. Do we know what prices are for them?
Yes, I believe we do.
Disclaimer: we got these for free.
Yes. Yes, they were nice enough to send us some samples.
They're not paying us, but we did get free samples.
So it looks like for a bottle of, what, 60 milligram?
60 mLs, milliliters.
Milliliter. They're charging 25 a piece for them.
Click select options. Pecan pie. Ooh, I wonder if that tastes like.
No,
I bet you it tastes like
no,
pie.
it's pecan effin' pie.
Oh, pecan effin' pie. I bet you it tastes like pecan effin' pie. That's 20% off right now.
Oh, they have the different strengths.
Oh, okay.
3 milligram
3
or
or
6.
6.
Yeah.
You should offer a Zebro.
Yeah. That would be a nice option.
Yeah. Or a 1. But
Does anybody do 1?
some people do 1,
Okay.
especially those that are trying to quit. They'll go
Okay.
down to a 1, and it's almost like nothing.
Okay.
Water Dragon. Yeah, they got some really...
Yeah, so Fake Pop, Forbidden Fruit,
$25 for 60 mLs. That is a good deal. You can't beat that.
Slappy's Face Tonic. No clue what that would be.
Me neither.
Monster Mix. I can only guess Monster Energy.
That would be good.
Water Dragon, the Champ.
It's like, I don't like Monster. If I have to drink Monster, it's a bad day. Or a really good night.
Slutty Nights. Space Guts.
Sultry Nights.
I'm just going to call that Slutty Nights.
Oh, man. He's going to have to change the name now.
And Monkey Business.
Monkey Business. There you go. I wonder if that tastes like bananas.
Oh, that'd be a good guess.
Disclaimer! If you're allergic to bananas and you vape a banana flavor, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Blueberries, raspberries, anything that has natural flavors in it, just be careful if you're allergic to that stuff.
Yeah. Because they put actual flavors in it from the actual
Yeah.
fruit.
If you go to Perfumer's Apprentice, check that out.
Perfumer's Apprentice.
Yes. So you see on the website it says Dab 30. They're changing their name to Vape 30, which, you know, that's good. So that's why you see the little difference there. No big deal. Yep, Perfumer's Apprentice right there. So this is where a lot of people actually get their flavors
Oh.
to make juice. So if you can kind of check out the Flavor Apprentice a little bit down there. TFA is what they call it. So you can make a lot of popular flavors by combining them on TFA. And there's actually websites out there. Like one is called .3mil.com. It's DOT3ml.com. I'm not trying to like advertise on your channel. But there's websites like that. Reddit is one where you can actually get recipes. And so if you see TFA, this is what they're talking about. So you can get packs, and it just comes with the flavoring. You have to buy the VG, which you buy that usually a gallon at a time. It's cheap. You can get pharmaceutical grade VG for $10 a gallon, which is a lot of friggin' VG.
Well, yeah.
You can also buy it in the shampoo bottles because they use it to do it's like horse shampoo.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
And then the PG usually you get less of that, and that's just if you're trying to add more to thin your juice out. The thicker the juice, the harder it is to go through a coil. So having thin juice is not necessarily a bad thing. Most people, especially now that we're into the sub-ohm world, are going to try to go the highest amount of VG possible, which you're going to get like into your 90-10s, like your 80-20s, 70-30. Not necessarily a good thing because you go through coils a lot faster. Because it can't get through it as well because it's so thick. But it all depends. I also think you don't get as much flavor out of it. Like 70-30 to me is perfect because you have enough flavor and then the throat hit isn't going to be so bad. Back in the day, before sub-ohm vaping, it was like 50-50 was what you would get. So, but it was a lot lower, so you wouldn't get as much as that throat hit. But yeah, that's how you make juice. You can get pretty much everything on there on the TFA, and so you can find all kinds of crazy stuff on there. it's pretty neat. There's other websites too. I can't remember the name of them. I remember TFA because it's really easy to remember. But you can just get a bunch of flavors, mix them up, see what you like, play around with it. Look for recipes on Reddit if you want to make your own juice.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the nicotine, and now they have like this different kind of nicotine that's synthetic. I don't really know much about it. It's called nicotine salt.
Is it the same kind of compatible
Yeah,
liquid?
yeah, it is compatible with e-liquid. Everybody's starting to use salts now. I don't know anything about it, but yeah. So that's a thing. I don't know where you get that, but like I bought mine off Wizard Labs, I think it's called, or something like that. That's where I used to get all my nicotine. And PG. You gotta buy PG from a lab too. But yeah, completely legal in the U.S. to make your own juice.
Vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol are both freely available. You just need
Yes.
to get the right suppliers.
Yep. And if you're a dripper, you don't even have to buy PG because PG is carried in the nicotine and in the flavors. So you already have a bunch of PG there. There's a calculator out there. There's all kinds of stuff like that you can find that will tell you exactly what mix you're doing based upon your flavor, assuming your flavor is put into propylene glycol. And then again, assuming there is other types of flavoring carriers, like you can get ethylene glycol, ethylene alcohol. It's not really good
What?
to vape. Yeah, there's some other things. If you're interested in that, stay away from the butter flavors. Anything that contains diacetyl. Diacetyl can make you very sick. They call it popcorn worker's lung. But for the most part, like TFA, most of that stuff is going to be natural, which doesn't necessarily mean it's okay to vape. But just read up on what you're getting before you get it. Be safe about it, and you'll be fine. But that's what most places use.
Or if you're lazy, like me, just go with a verified supplier.
Yeah, which is honestly, I could never quite handle the trick of making juice, so I always went to somebody else because they were always better than me. So it's okay. Some people, I don't think Nate Turk's making his own juice anymore. I think he's done with that. But it used to be that juice was super expensive, and it's calmed down in price a lot. They're starting to get more competitive unless you go to a certain place I won't mention because I don't want to give them ad revenue because they're all bastards.
Yeah, I'm seeing some places charge $35, $45 per.
Yeah, a
container of
certain
this size.
vape shop that I won't mention by name. It starts with a C, ends with an ing, and vapes. They gouge their prices. It's ridiculous how much they charge for their crap that you can get anywhere else.
Yeah, but $20 for a bottle of this, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. I'm sorry if you like them.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Oh, good.
How much time do you have?
I have 7 minutes.
Oh, okay.
7 more minutes.
So, if you wanted to see kind of a comical thing that I got the other day,
Oh, okay.
where is it at? Clearly I'm blind.
Blind as a bat.
Or I just have too many emails otherwise. Hey, Rebecca. Yeah. So this was an interesting email I got the other day. It was a ransomware attempt, but they were very lazy about it. So, in the email, it says, few days back while visiting one of compromised websites, not very good grammar, your computer was in fact taken over by our virus. Virus is capitalized for some reason. And it broken into your complete network devices, such as your phone. But that's it, okay. Since it was gathering a... Oh, since then, it's... No apostrophe.
Oh man, you can't even read this shit.
Gathering good deal of information about you using your personal computer as well as your mobile phone, space, comma, space. So, it's a ransomware attempt. But obviously they didn't actually do anything. Also, it stated somewhere that they added a tracking pixel in this email. Yeah, I've a unique pixel in this email, and at this moment, I know that you've read through this email message. So they're asking for...
A unique pixel, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So, my email program, I have the option of actually seeing what happened. So I can... there it is. Should be able to see... Oh yeah, content type was plain text.
I don't think there's any unique pixels in that.
So this...
If that was actually a thing.
Oh, it is a thing. You can absolutely embed a tracking pixel into an email.
But, I mean, would you call it a pixel?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the actual term. It's a tracking pixel. 'Cause
Oh.
usually it's a 1x1 clear, transparent GIF, so it doesn't show. But any half-decent email client will still block it.
Right.
Because they block remote images.
Absolutely.
As they should. But this is the state of how lazy some attackers are getting. Is that they're sending out ransomware without actually doing any ransoming. They're just
So how much do they want?
$600.
$600! Oh, man, that's awesome. You better pay up, man.
Right, yeah. Really concerned. And they were nice enough, of course, to include the Bitcoin address.
Okay. And they were nice enough to offer you some advice. They said, oh, it's case sensitive. You should copy and paste it.
Yeah. So out of curiosity, Bitcoin is completely public. You can see every transaction that goes through on a given blockchain or blockchain address. So if we wanted to look up and see what all transactions have happened on this particular one, let's say in the event they send this same email to a bunch of different people without using a different address or a different wallet,
Right.
we would be able to see, and if somebody actually fell for it, we would be able to see here, number of transactions would be greater than 0. We would be able to see a balance, and we'd be able to see exactly what all transactions have been in and out, and from what wallets they came from and went to.
Well, if they're sending it to you, maybe they need to send it to a less savvy crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be working for them.
No. But for the amount of effort that they spent on this.
Yeah, I mean, you might make a quick $600, I guess. Shot through the dark.
Yeah. Yeah, if you send it to 100,000 addresses and 0.001 actually click through, 0.001%, that gets you, what, 10 clicks or 10 submissions?
Yeah.
That's $6,000.
Yeah, yeah. I think the world's a little smarter than that. Thank God.
No, I wouldn't
I'd
put
be
too much faith in that.
I'd be a little disappointed if
And also I'm seeing a lot of Bitcoin or BTC investment emails that have been going out.
I haven't seen any of those yet.
Yeah, I get multiple a day. So it looks like there's been a big push to try to get mass investment into Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
which the only reason that happens is because somebody is sitting on a large stock of Bitcoin and
And
they're,
would like to
they're
sell
waiting to sell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've actually seen that on the radio. I heard a couple of advertisements on how to get rich fast with Bitcoin, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
So,
because
somebody must have a lot of money invested in it, but
and they're trying
or
to
a
push
group.
up the price. Yep.
yeah,
And because it's a completely unregulated thing, they're free to do that.
right.
They're trying to build up hype so that people will invest into it.
Is Bitcoin still a thing, like the way it was? I mean, is it still going strong the way it was?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still pretty valuable.
I don't really do cryptocurrency. If I'm gonna put my money in something, it's gonna be gold. Because the stock market crashes, I still have gold. Value might go down, but it will never be worthless. And you never know, Bitcoin could be worthless one day. I know they took a big hit when the FTC or whoever it is announced that they were going to look at new rules for Bitcoin, but nothing ever came out of that. So they must have bounced back pretty strongly.
I'm going to go with the pink lemonade.
I mean, you know, banks love regulation if it's not against them.
Yeah.
They sure do hate regulation, though, if it's against them.
Yeah, as recent FCC filings and changes of legislation have illustrated.
Yeah. Which is sad.
Because some of them are actually beneficial to the mass public.
Yes.
Some, not all.
Like, I mean, the housing bubble basically happened because banks were loaning people money that they knew couldn't afford, and they knew they were going to default. So why were they loaning the money? And I still don't understand it all, but it was basically some giant insurance scam. And it finally popped. Too many people went into foreclosure, and the insurance that the banks had couldn't pay up anymore, and suddenly the banks are belly up because now they have all these loans that just defaulted. And
Well, good thing, given capitalism, that all of those banks went out of business, right?
no.
Oh.
Which was it, your buddy, Barack Obama, that saved him, or was it Bush?
Might have been Bush.
Might have been Bush. Barack Obama saved the automotive industry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he bailed them out.
Yeah.
Everybody but Ford got a bailout.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Bank of America, Chase, JP Morgan, they all got a bailout. Yeah.
Odd how that happens.
They're too big to fail. No, let them fail.
Yeah. Yeah. It's odd what can happen in your favor when you have enough people down in D.C.
Yeah.
bribing people. Or, sorry, it's not bribe. It's what do they call it? Lobbying people?
I kind of like the, what's that show called? It was kind of like a parallel thing to that. Oh gosh, it's a hacker show.
Mr. Robot?
Mr. Robot, yes.
Ah.
Yeah, when they eliminated all the debt and everything,
Yes.
and it was kind of interesting, but yeah, so I don't know how. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that 99% of the world's wealth is owned by 1% of the world's population.
Yep.
And you can't blame capitalism because it's not just capitalism; it's a lot of things.
Corruption in general.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of looking at a tangent of us versus China.
Right.
And the joke, / not really joke, is that in China, the government owns all of the large corporations. Directly owns them. And then here, the large corporations own the government. Yeah.
And both of them are kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you need public entities trying to do the best thing for the general public and not big corporations.
Right.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that anymore. Maybe someday once again, but not today.
I think it's going to take a lot to get there. Yeah.
And it won't be clean.
Well, no. Not unless, I mean, if there's some unforeseen tragedy that causes all these banks to finally fail, or, you know, the stock market crashes, and what happened, you know, because there was like that big landslide in the stock market that happened not that long ago, and it was like $3 trillion worth of wealth was just erased overnight. Yeah.
So the stock
It's
market,
all fake.
yeah, stock market's kind of an interesting thing because let's say the stock market tanks. Me personally, I don't have anything invested in it.
Right.
I don't lose any money.
Right.
It doesn't concern me if it fails. So, why do I care?
But it does.
How would it?
Well, you won't be going to Walmart anymore.
I don't in general.
No more Facebook. No more Google.
Can't complain about no
No
Facebook.
more Apple. You know, it'll be like a huge reset button.
Mm-hmm.
All these big, you know, like Amazon and Apple are both trillion-dollar companies. It's amazing.
So you're saying it would give small business a chance to recover?
Finally, yeah.
Okay. So again, not seeing a downside to this.
Yeah, instead of being smothered under the umbrella of giant corporations. Yeah. Which is sad because it really is bad for the consumers. Because Apple, take Apple for example, they can release a computer, the new MacBook with a 2-year-old processor in it, and sell it like freaking hotcakes.
Yeah.
And even Dell wouldn't be able to do that, or Lenovo can't do that. I mean, they're big, but they're nowhere near as big as Apple. But Apple can do it because they have, I don't know what you want to, like brand loyalty? What makes Apple, you know?
That would be a good term, yeah.
But
Brand
what makes them
loyalty.
so superior? I mean, they have really good software. I know from your standpoint.
Arguably, they have good software
from your
for
standpoint,
the clientele that they are
catered
targeted
to. Yeah. But that's about it. So you're not buying a great computer. You're buying a good computer.
Now, I will say this
great
about Apple.
software.
About all Apple software, their UX, their user experience is top notch.
Oh yeah,
They have some of the best designers in the industry.
for sure.
And they've been like that for a while now.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, still most people use Windows.
Yeah, Windows, so great of an OS. Oh, yeah, right, wait.
We're introducing JavaScript to Excel. That's gonna shoot him in the foot.
Well, at least Microsoft's switching to Ubuntu in the next few years, so. I still wholeheartedly believe that.
No.
They've already introduced the subsystem into Windows.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, I mean, you can execute command line scripts with it.
It's bad. I think it was a gimmick to make Canonical happy.
Canonical.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a gimmick so they can avoid another antitrust. So they can say, look, we're working with these little Linux guys. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some backdoor deal between Shuttleworth and Gates, or whoever the CEO is now.
Yeah, I think Gates is retired. He's off spending his money and being a philanthropist, which is awesome.
Feeding children in Africa.
Yeah.
Or whatever he's doing.
Which is awesome. You know how he came up with the name Microsoft?
No.
He was sitting on the toilet, looked down, and says, well, I can't call it Mega Hard. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Oh, man. So, I gotta get going. I guess to wrap everything up, good juice. Great juice, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna vape this till it's out, for sure. Yeah. Scammers suck. Do a better job. Come on.
Yeah, their attempts are comical.
Yeah. Maybe Nick sent you that email. Maybe he's testing you.
Well, I have the domain it came from, so I'm going to look up some information about the server and maybe contact their admin and give them a heads up that they've been compromised. Or maybe that was the entire point of the server. It was registered only a few days ago, so it's very possible that the attacker spun up that box just to send out these emails.
Probable then that it probably doesn't exist anymore.
Very well could be.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Sleep's overrated.
Eh.
Well, and I suppose on that note, I'll call it a night. So, take care.